I'm Superintendent Mark Biesick, and I'm asking that you watch this important video. Keith Stevens is a computer program in our district's technology department. Keith has been with us for 10 years now, and our hope is that he will be with us for many more years. However, that decision is no longer in Keith's hands. Keith is suffering from a failed kidney. He has had one transplant and now needs another. I could tell you his story, but no one can tell it better than Keith and his wife, Joan.
I'm having kidney failure again. I've had a kidney transplant once, 11 years ago, where my sister was able to donate a kidney. That was at the beginning of year 2000. 11 and a half years later, that kidney is worn out now, and I'm back on the transplant list. None of my living relatives are able to donate, so I'm at that point of looking for other living donors that are not related that can donate a kidney. Both of my kidneys had failed, is why I went onto the transplant list. If one of my kidneys failed originally 11 years ago, I wouldn't have been on the transplant list because I could survive on one kidney. But because both of them had failed, then I have to go onto the transplant list.
Kidney donations are not rare anymore. Those who donate can continue to live healthy and productive lives. I can think of no better example than our Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services, Jana Henber, who donated one of her kidneys, and as with Keith, Jana is the best person to share her story.
Thank you, Dr. Biesick. It has been about 8 years ago that I donated my kidney to colleague and friend Jan Gallagher, who was media specialist at Rogers Elementary while I was the principal. Donating my kidney probably was one of the biggest life events that I have experienced. It was an honor, it was a privilege to be a part of that process. And if I had another kidney to give, I would do it in a heartbeat. We weren't a perfect match, so know that you don't have to be a perfect match. And so what they're really looking for is, are you a healthy adult? Are you a healthy person? I spent 2 days at the Mayo Clinic and being evaluated head to toe. I got a complete health record, and by the end of that second day, I knew that I was able to donate, and which was just a very emotional moment for me because I knew that I would be able to help my friend. This is really a priority for Keith and his family. But I know also to donate a kidney is really a very personal decision. As I said, I would do it again in a heartbeat. But those of you that are considering, are intrigued, are thinking, you know, maybe it could be me, I would be happy to meet with you. I would be happy if you called me. I'd keep all conversations confidential. I had those same sort of people that I reached out to as I was going through that process of deciding, is this right for me at this point in my life, with my family, with my job, and there's lots of emotion that goes along with donation. It's exhilaration. There's some bumps along the way. There's some sadness, but all in all, when you know that you have given the other person the ultimate gift of life, it's an incredible.
My sister donated the first kidney, and she has done wonderfully. She's done fine. She's still healthy, she's still active, everything is good with that. I'm going to have surgery at the end of September for putting an access point in for them to do dialysis. The last time I had kidney failure, I was on dialysis for a year and a half just before my surgery. If my sister didn't step up and do the surgery, I was working full-time, but I would have had to stop because I was literally killing myself trying to do it. I was working 40 hours a week. I had 3 nights a week. I had to be on a dialysis unit for 4 hours a night. So effectively, I was gone by 7:30 in the morning, and 3 nights a week I wasn't home until 11 o'clock at night.
The last time we went through this, it was a very difficult time with all the different health issues that he had to go through because of the diabetes and the dialysis. And this time the doctor said the ideal situation would be for him to get a living donor before the end of this year. That would be the best thing for him, because then he does not have to go through the dialysis. There is no risk of losing the pancreas. The pancreas is very important. That's what keeps him from being a diabetic. And if he can get this kidney, he doesn't have to be a diabetic again. And that's really important to us and just to his health. No, as Keith mentioned, I mean, we are asking for help. We know it's not an easy decision for anyone to make. One person I talked to made a very interesting comment. He says, "I'm sorry to hear what you're going through, and you hate to say I wish, that I hope someone passes away so that he can get a kidney." And I looked right at him and I said, "Someone doesn't have to die for Keith to live. 2 people can do this and everyone can survive." We have hope, and we thank everybody for listening and for thinking about this and considering it. It's very important. Even if you don't do it for Keith, if you hear someone else, think of it for them as well. It's not just there's many people that have a need like this. It's not just us.
Keith, Joan, and Jen have shared their stories. In my role as superintendent, I can lead our staff to accomplish goals aligned to our strategic plan, yet nowhere in our plan or in any other district document will you find anything about helping someone who needs a transplant. So my personal appeal, echoing Keith and Joan's, is for every one of you to search inside yourself and to consider being tested as a donor.
I don't want to leave it up to chance this time, because my concern is if I leave it to chance, I will not make it. All I'm asking for you is, if you are willing, if you think about it, and if you are willing to help someone like me, to call that number and make a choice to see, are you a match? Are you willing to go through and help me live my life, help me survive?
Keith has shared that 40% of the population matches his blood type. With those statistics, there is someone in our district or our community who can maybe make a life-saving decision. Are you that person?